ArcelorMittal is said to have started transferring the funds from an escrow account to Essar Steel's lenders. This comes months after the world's largest steel maker was chosen as the winner by Essar Steel's creditors. So just how much is State Bank of India going to get from ArcelorMittal? Let's ask the bank's chairman, Mr. Rajnish Kumar. Mr. Kumar, thanks very much for taking out the time and speaking with us. Firstly, let me just confirm once with you itself. Has the money been transferred by the lender, and when is the disbursal going to start to lenders?
The money has come in escrow account with the State Bank of India, and distribution will start happening today itself.
All right. So how much is State Bank of India going to get from the money that has come in?
Approximately 12,000 crore.
12,000 crore. Okay. Just want to get in a sense from you, the money that now comes into the account, obviously is going to show up in Q3 numbers. But yes, for you as a bank right now, any bigger stressed accounts that you feel that this money is going to be utilized for in terms of propping up provisions?
No, we have one account in NBFC sector, so we will use a part of the money for propping up the provisions in that account, even if it may not be required by regulation. Still, we will upfront the provision.
So one question from my side is, now that we've got the Essar Steel resolution done with, you've got the money in the escrow account, you'll start the distribution today itself. You had earlier on in Q2 highlighted to two other accounts that could get resolved pretty quickly as well. Could you probably give us an indication as to how soon or how much more time could this take? Because now we've got the precedent of Essar Steel, so the others should not take too much time, right?
It should not, with the recent amendments in IBC, where there was an issue around attachment of corporate debtors asset by ED. And I think if not by 31st December, but in January, we can expect recovery in the other two accounts.
Mr. Kumar, congratulations.
But it will not be as big as this one.
Yeah, of course. But still, heartiest congratulations, because we finally see one of the principal cases coming through. Just a couple of questions, Mr. Kumar. Does this and the other resolutions make you a bit more comfortable about the current scenario? Because we were talking to some analysts about how the situation on the ground right now is, and the SME sector is still reeling from liquidity issues and recovery issues. Are you seeing that within SBI's accounts as well, sir?
No, SME, one thing we have to realize is that historically, traditionally for the bank, the SME NPAs have always been on the higher side. And we are not seeing that position is undergoing any material change. But stress is there in MSME because their payments many a times gets delayed. And that is the principal reason for SMEs coming under stress.
Sure. Okay. But you don't sound to be too perturbed, in which case, when I speak to almost all market participants, they speak about how there are emerging tailwinds and strong ones at that, because your subsidiaries are creating value. You are on a cusp of a very niche IPO as well coming in. Am I too presumptuous, Mr. Kumar, when I quote somebody saying that 2020 could be by far the best year in terms of earnings as a calendar for SBI compared to many that we've seen in the past?
Yeah, definitely. I think I said this in one of my earlier con calls, or I don't remember exactly, but I said that in terms of recovery, this is going to be the best year. And accordingly, it will have a huge positive impact on the bank's earnings.
Mr. Kumar, just one question. While we've spoken about these three accounts, which probably would form the bulk, in total, how many accounts for SBI are still under resolution?
Quite a few of them. Power sector, we saw that that money has also come. Prayagraj Power was a big account in power sector. Then there are 2-3 more accounts in power sector which can get closed in next 1.5 months. And then today we are expecting closure of Ruchi Soya. And so that's what I'm saying, that there are quite a few accounts which in next 45 days will get resolved.
All right. So just want to confirm, you're saying Ruchi Soya's account will get settled today?
Yeah.
All right. And that's how much for SBI?
It will give us about 800 crore of recovery. Again, that will come to our P&L.
Okay.
All right, that's great to hear, sir. So two accounts getting settled today.
And hopefully more in quarter four as well. Mr. Kumar, would you believe that, I mean, we've spoken about this in the past. Just one question on this resolution process, and then we have one more follow-up to that. But just one question. Do you think this precedent that has been set by Essar, and which has been a long one at that, would only help expedite some of the other ones, and therefore not just the two major accounts that will get resolved in quarter four, but for the calendar year at large, you might actually have a healthy pace of resolutions?
Yeah, Essar Steel judgment from the Honorable Supreme Court is a very landmark judgment, and which has settled almost every issue around resolution under IBC process. On the top of it, we have the latest amendment in IBC, which is also expected, I think, within a few days. With this amendment and Supreme Court judgment, I think there is nothing much left for dispute as far as the IBC resolution process is concerned. It will have a very positive impact as far as dealing with the stressed assets is concerned in the Indian markets. It will also invite a lot of interest from overseas funds who are active in distressed assets market. So that way, on the whole, extremely positive impact on the Indian economy as a whole, because resolution of stressed asset in a time-bound manner, that releases lot of locked up capital. In Essar Steel, you are seeing now that 42,000 crore of locked up capital is getting released. So this is the impact, and I think the banking system will see early resolutions of the assets which are under NCLT or which are not under NCLT as a result of all the developments which have happened on IBC front.
Touchwood, I think the country needs that more than SBI also needing it. Mr. Kumar, just one final question from my end. This whole conversation about, I mean, you've already started seeing the visible turnaround in your asset quality. Are we safe in presuming that this movement will only continue downwards? Both your gross NPLs, net NPL formation will only continue to go off over the course of the next 4 quarters?
Leaving aside one or two large slippages which happen, otherwise our slippage rate has moderated, and as far as provisions are concerned, we have absolutely no issue.
All right, Mr. Kumar, one final word. Can't let you go without asking you. One question with regards to the offering of SBI cards. One of the larger issuances to hit the market, niche issuances, probably the only of its kind to get listed. A quick comment or two on the SBI cards issue.
So the process is on, and once the DRHP is approved by SEBI, then in consultation with the merchant bankers, the actual timing and the dates will be decided.
Got that. Mr. Kumar, we'll leave it at that. It was a pleasure chatting with you this morning. Thank you very much for taking out the time.
Okay.